Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co host, Brett.
No deal.
As you can see in our attire, in our logo behind me, we are here to talk Deal or No Deal Island. Yes, you heard me right. Deal or No Deal Island, the newest reality TV show from NBC, airs on Monday nights. Brett, we're just going to give our impressions of episode one, the series as a whole. And then as the weeks go on now, we'll start to kind of break the show down a little bit more, alliances analysis. But off the top, I just want to say I really enjoyed it. I was surprised by it. I know it seemed goofy when you look at the trailers, but this kind of gives me elements of like the Trust from Netflix that we watched. Obviously, I like Deal or No Deal. I've always enjoyed Deal or No Deal. You can play it at like the arcades and stuff, and on the boardwalk a lot here on the East Coast. There's always like the Deal or No Deal games. Shout out to a couple of my buddies. There's been a lot of hungover mornings where there's Deal or No Deal marathons at like houses we've crashed at, and so yeah, I'm all in for this show, and there's some surprising people as well. We'll get into that, but I want your impressions. What did you think of the show?
Yeah, I liked it. I think it's fun. It's a fun take on Deal or No Deal. I used to watch it as a kid. I really wouldn't watch it now anymore just because it's repetitive, right? So like the Deal or No Deal part, I think is gonna be my least favorite part of the show. Instead, I'll obviously like the social strategy of like building alliances and things like that. And then as well as they're gonna do these excursions and go out and have to earn the cases. Like today, they had to go out in the mud and do all that stuff. So I really liked it. And I think it makes it very interesting where kind of like I was thinking of the Trust as well, where basically the person that, gets voted in to maybe leave, maybe not, they now have all the power if they
Yeah.
win and can just take out anybody they want. So
I thought of the Trust with that. I also thought of the Trust with the red case offer, right? You could automatically win $10,000 if you went for that case. There are elements where you can get eliminated but still win some cash in the game, which I love those type of elements in a game. It's really like playing your odds at a casino, right? I'd be somebody who would probably go for some of those daily cash because what are the odds that you actually win the game, right? You're walking away with some cash no matter what. Um,
that's one
the
thing.
deal or no deal element's interesting though too, Brett, because it's not it's traditional deal or no deal, but more with a casino blackjack twist. You have to make a good deal, right? You have to just make a deal that's more than what's in your case. And that's obviously always an element. Someone, makes a deal for 50K and turns out they had $1 million in their case. Oh, darn, whatever. This is like you said, your life in the game and the ability to vote somebody out, which I think is a lot of fun because there is a high risk, high reward. Some people might want to get thrown in. Screw it. If I win the game, where I'm getting to take out who I want to take out. So I like that part of it.
I think I guess if you really want to take someone out, you have to risk your own life. But I think that would be a terrible decision unless maybe like you're Boston Rob and you think someone's just going to take you out anyways. Because in normal Deal or No Deal, you actually like the deal you make is money you get to keep, which I
Yeah.
think that was a factor here that might incentivize someone to take a deal. But literally in this version of the game, it's almost pointless to even play because at every single offer is going to be a 50-50 shot. Even we got down to the end, like Aaron had 400 and 600K left. So
Yeah,
normally
they know that.
it's a win-win scenario, but he's really just taking a 50-50 shot anyways of
The
which case.
house knows that, right? Like the house knows that. So I mean, that's what's intriguing about it. But hey, listen, it's good drama. It's fun. Everyone's involved. You mentioned Boston Rob, obviously Survivor fame. He's on here. He's kind of the celebrity get. There were some other notables. You mentioned Aaron. He is the kind of nerdy underdog character as he's kind of being presented. He was the one who had to go through the first elimination. He won, made a good deal, 400 and something K into the pot right off the bat. This show's got a lot of money on the line, which is kind of, I mean, it's a big deal. Not to make a pun on the deal joke.
Oh yeah. Well, so I think kind of what they're going to end up doing is obviously whatever case he had or whatever deal he accepted, that's going to become a case in the finale for whoever's there. However, I think a lot of those cases are, I mean, well, I guess you could have
Oh, you're
labels.
right. That ends up being a case probably right in the final game. It's very vague. They said there's over 200 something million in prize money out there, but it all gets eliminated quickly. I like it. Even the first game, there was deception involved. You had Claudia who was the former case girl from the show. And she made a lot of couple of really clutch guesses from the peanut gallery that Aaron went with towards the end that helped him make the proper deal that he needed to make. I'm looking
Well, yeah,
forward to.
I guess that makes because I was thinking like obviously getting the higher cases left is good for them as a team because those are in the finale. But for Aaron's life in the game, it literally doesn't matter. He could be playing with a penny and $10, and he still has to hope that his case is $10 or take the deal.
This is a good sweet spot TV show for reality TV. I feel like, Brett, because it's going to scratch the itch for people like us who will watch anything, but also specifically do like strategic shows, right? And there is going to be that element to it. You have a reality TV guy. You even have the what is the I have to remember the woman's name, the older woman who's like a reality TV Kim. Kim is really like new Boston Rob. She sussed him out to everybody right away. Oh no, he's a great player. He was the villain. Blah blah blah. And
He's
also
a,
at the end of the day, people like Deal or No Deal, like you said, like casual audience. People like Deal or No Deal will probably just end up watching it.
well, I was actually, I mean, I guess if you don't want Survivor, you won't know who Boston Rob is because it seemed like most of them had no idea that they were
No, they
even
didn't.
in the presence of greatness until like her and Branson basically are like, yeah, that's Boston Rob. He's known for winning these games. He won in the past, and then even when they said, oh, what season were you on? He's like, villains, like
Yeah, yeah.
probably not as good.
Shout out to Branson too, who got his self eliminated because he decided to go out and help the poor old lady who wasn't a poor old lady out with the red case and ends up in the elimination, being eliminated by Aaron because he put him there
That was a
unintentionally.
dumb move. I expected more from a poker player than to just be like a dumb dude that's like, oh, I want to just help people out and make a good example for my family. And like, did he not realize that obviously giving her a case that could be a steal would obviously screw someone else over? So that was, yeah, not smart. And that I think I'm gonna like her moving forward just because she's a huge like strategy strategy player, watches these shows. But during the mud challenge, I definitely hated her because she went back to get it when she like couldn't even move. So I just thought that was cringe for me.
Little strategy involved there, though, it seems like, right? So we'll have to kind of see how that comes into play. Overall, though,
She even
Brett,
got the guy to
what? What did you say?
she got the guy to tell he had the $1 million case. So that was a good strategy.
Yeah, that was the first guy we got introduced to. That was Dawson. Dawson fessed up because again, right now I don't mind early if they want to play a team game early. That kind of makes sense, right? It's just where are we going to be later on, and are people going to be willing to play the game? Don't think Boston Rob's going to win. I think at some point they're just going to get rid of him. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's just
Well, yeah, the
reputation.
best strategy here is definitely the best strategy is definitely to not be Boston Rob, but then also to just kind of lay low and just be friendly with everyone so that they don't take you out if they get the
Don't
chance.
do it, Branson. Don't screw other people over unintentionally. So, a good show. A lot going on this week for the reality guys. We have a nice beach theme going tonight. Survivor 46 premieres on CBS. There's a 2 hour premiere. So you will see myself, Brett, Brian, believe Kyle Petty will be also on. The four of us will be doing the Love is Blind season 6, week 3 review tonight as well. So a lot of content coming. And yeah, check out our playlist for everything else that we're covering. But for myself, Brett, everyone at the reality guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace.